when it comes to dating, that Grim Reaper meme, right? That's how I feel when it comes to dating fucking businesses and small businesses, bro, where they just knock on one and then another one's there and he knocks on another and another one's there and he knocks on another one's there. It's like, who's next? Like I'm goddamn Goldberg in this motherfucker, bro. But I know people are probably listening to this like, dude, this happens, dude, every fucking day. He's turned up about something. Yeah, I'd say so. But look, there's this great store that I used to go to. I'll say that in the past tense, that I used to go to, right? And it's this action figure, toy hobby store, right? And I would travel probably, 30, 40 minutes to go to this location, right? And I would cop stuff every time I went. I never left empty-handed. I'm not saying I cashed out. I'm sure there's people that obviously bought and contributed way more to this store. But I know their selection was so fucking good. I've never seen a selection of stuff this good ever, really. And so, I always left with something at this spot, right? But that being said, and it's a great spot. It's owned by a son and a dad. But that being said, TLC should be there filming a full documentary about fucking hoarding, because when I tell you from the top ceiling to the floor, fucking front to back, enter to exit, this place is packed with fucking goddamn action figures, bro. I'm talking everywhere. I'm saying if you were just like a skinny walking ass person, you would be like, I kind of feel uncomfortable in here. Like, I don't know if I can get around. Like, you would just be like, you know what, babe, let's just don't even worry about it, right? But like I said, their selection is so good. I know them, right? So I feel a little bit more. So I'm like, all right, let me just go, up in here all the time. And, always leave with something, make sure that, if they have to move something, at least I, bought something and dipped. Well, and I would definitely, every time I would go to this spot, they make me feel mad uncomfortable, right? Like, in the sense of, like, they would be every aisle I go in there, I don't know if you can get in this aisle, but, yeah, hey, Puck, man, if you need me to move anything, I'm real sorry about this, man. We just, and this happened year after year after year. You would think that the motherfuckers would adjust the situation, but no. And that's okay. Because everybody that knows me knows that's not even my mindset. I don't even think like that. I'm not no goddamn handicap activist. I'm not no fucking handicap Karen. There's so many. When you're 33 and you've been in a wheelchair your whole life, you don't even think about spots that are like, that you can't get into, right? You're just like, oh, I can't get into that. Let me write it off. Oh, I can't get into that. Let me write it off. Oh, I can't get into that. Whatever, write it off. Move on. So, that being said, I pull up last Saturday, right, to this toy store, and I had just, my shirt was doing well. Shout out to everybody that copped the Outdoorsman shirt. I'm saying? We put up units, which you know about it, haters. You can never. Anyway, so I had a little check, right? I had a little money, extra money or whatever. So I'm like, let me go see what they got. Let me go cop an action figure or something to just feel something, because that's what it's really about, right? Let me just fucking feel something. That's what this is. Let me feel alive, okay? So I go up in here, and this motherfucker looks at me. The dad opens the door. I shit you not, he looks at me, and he goes, Puck, I don't know how we're going to get you in here today, buddy. Yeah, I don't know, man. We're getting ready for this toy store. It's going to be pretty difficult today, man. I got to be honest. And I was like, oh. And I put two and two together, and I was like, oh, he's like just rejecting me at the door. Like basically saying like, yo, it's so bad in here. I'm not even going to let you come in and to be awkward to you the whole time about how packed we are. I'm just not even going to do it. Like, you're just denied at the door. So that sparked a slew of emotions in my body, bro, because I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like I said, not a handicap Karen, not even think about that, but I fuck with this spot. This is a spot communally that knows of me, that I support, and that I, like, pay money to. And just because you pay money to a spot does not mean that you fucking run this, you know what I mean? It doesn't mean that you have the crazy rights. But you would think that there would be some type of friendly fucking, you know what I mean? But bro said, nah. So I just was like, what the fuck? So I just like got in my car, and my aide was like, what's up? What's going on? I was like, he wouldn't let me in. And I was just stunned, bro. I'm like sitting there like just stunned. Like, what the fuck? I just got rejected to like a spot that I love to go to by someone that I know. So I go up in there or whatever, so I leave or whatever, and I'm like, you know what, fuck this. So I text the number, and I'm like, yo, fuck this spot, fuck you and fuck your dad, I ain't coming no more, da 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 da. And I just was like, whatever, right? And that was like immature, stupid bullshit, right? That's just me. That's what I do, but I don't care, right? So this motherfucker has the nerve to fucking post this. What is it about dating business owners or just dating people in general wanting to post screenshots of me and the things that I say to them in a private manner, one, and B, you're not proving anything. Everybody that would know it, that reads it, that would know me, it would check out to them. They would know this dude's fucking crazy, okay? They would not think to themselves, damn, dude, Puck said that, man, wow, that's crazy. It wouldn't be that way. You're not surprising anybody, and also you're not canceling anybody, dog. Like, I was trying to. This dude told me. This dude roasted me one time, and he said, "You're not." Yeah, I may have already said this on the podcast, but I just loved it so much. He said, "You're not special. You drive around in a Honda. You get driven around in a Honda Element." Exactly. So stop trying to get on social media and make some like weird local like mob about me. Like, it doesn't even stop, bro. Like, I'm already crazy. They already know the ship has sailed, bro. The ship has sailed. The reputation is out there. So you're not proving anything. But yeah, he posts screenshots of me saying that instead of being like extremely apologetic in this matter. That's the only thing that should be going down, bro. And I know that sounds entitled wheelchair guy. Bro, I started this podcast to be more of an entitled wheelchair guy. That's why I fucking started this goddamn thing. Okay? Shout out to the black coffee. I got the black coffee today. I shit you not. The lady, the world is such frou-frou fucking fruity cappuccino, frappiano, unicorn bullshit that when you order a black ice fucking coffee, she got it wrong and did not understand what I was talking about. Looked at me like I was fucking insane. Black iced coffee at Starbucks. Can't get it. Anyway, so yeah. So the motherfucker, this other dude who owns Mike's Twist Shop, which he just shut it down. No shocker there. He texts me because he saw like, oh, my fellow fucking friend that is a fellow dating business owner into toys is getting like, so he texts me, he goes, cancel my order. Like he had an order on Off the Rope, and from my clothing brand, he said, cancel it. And I said, why? Because I said something in a private setting to somebody that had nothing to do with you, that was completely fucking warranted. Look, dog, I spaz a lot, bro. I really do. I spaz from almost sun up to sundown about the dumbest shit. But being rejected at a place because it's so goddamn rat packed, whatever the fuck you call it, pat-racked? Come on, dude. Are you kidding me? But yeah, I told that dude, I was like, oh, I will gladly give you this fucking refund, you stupid piece of shit. And fucking, yeah, so sorry for the start for the Adrian, but it's just like, look, bro, I don't know the solution here. Obviously, it looks like I'm the problem for many things, but this is just one of those things where I just felt like I wasn't the issue. And it's like, I don't understand grown men going to I hate to even make it a gender type of thing, but it's like, why do grown men go to the screenshots on social media? You are so lame for that. If you be screenshotting text, any of that, I don't give a fuck if this person told your fucking dead grandma to get fucked, dude. Why are you posting that? That's so weird, bro. That shit is weird, man. That shit is super weird. But yeah, fuck that toy store. If you know the toy store, I would fucking urge everybody on here to call the guy, because now you're fucking with me. It's like, dude, I'm not the Karen, so I'm not going to be like, don't go to the store, da da da. But you decided to post about me, so now I'm on some fucking like fuck this spot. You fucking took money away out of my pocket, which I don't care about, but it's like you took money away. Or you want to talk about small business bullshit? It's like you took money away out of my pocket. Talking about with your fucking getting toy motherfuckers to be like, cancel my order. Whatever, man. My homie, sorry, man. This is just a diary. But my homie, listener question starts it off. My homie Easy World. Shout out to him, man. He works at the Bape store in Chicago. Very legendary. Who do you know that works at any goddamn Bape store? But anyway, he says, can Carti bring back Bape? Yeah, definitely. First of all, I don't even know if Bape is definitely like dead in like my eyes, or in the sense of like some snobby fuck's eyes, right? Like us, like it's dead, right? But to like the masses, people be buying Bape. I see like the maddest lambs head to toe in Bape daily. Seems like more accessible than ever before. But yeah, the brand is fucked though. The brand is cooked. But yeah, can Carti bring it back wearing it? Yeah, dude, I think so. I think Carti, if you don't know, Carti wore, I think it was a 2008 Lil Wayne joint, Lil Wayne era-esque Bape joint to the BET Awards. Yo, shout out Carti, man. I've been seeing him rock like some pieces lately since this albums came out that are like, I don't know, they're super like streetwear mixed with like kind of dope boy hood shit mixed with like a little bit of goth shit. I feel like he calmed down the goth shit, just kind of kept that in the music and left the swag to kind of, but it's all swag. If you remember Carti, you came into the game with Supreme, Mob Deep shirts and fucking, shit like that. So Carti, student of the game for sure, but this run, like I said, I see him wearing the Bape hoodies, and I think he had those fucking pink and green Bapes. Those are the hardest Bapes ever. It's the hardest colorway next to the Neapolitan colorway that Pharrell was wearing when they were in the studio making Fade to Black album, and he's got the bathing ape military joint on, gray, and then the cargos with the Neapolitan Bapes on. But yeah, I think kids probably look to Carti now, or at least I don't know if kids look to Carti back. Like I look to that realm of like who's fly or whatever and who knows their pieces. Definitely Carti. So he's probably somebody that they look, at like a Ye, or they look at like a Cudi at a time, or an ASAP or whatever. So yeah, definitely. I definitely think Carti can bring like relevance to the brand. I know his girl was even rocking like what was an older design, but it was a newer that she had got it, I think, recently, which is fucked up that I even know about this, but yeah, I think Carti can bring, if he rock like a new piece, oh my god, yes, for sure. But yeah, that was fly. Shout out to Carti. Shout out to him just like having fun with outfits, man. It's all about having fun with this shit. You can tell he's having like nostalgic fun, homage fun, like, but also fucking with the now, man. That's just what it's about, bro. Have a balance. Have a balance of it all. And that's why I fuck with like anybody who was on the balance, who was on like riding that line of like ignorant and intellectual, riding that line between, mainstream swag and super you gotta know in the know swag, or like somebody that just like, or black and white, high and low, Talib and Hove in the studio. Like it's that type of shit that will always win in the end. I really do think. Oh man, I don't know if you guys saw recently speaking of the BET Awards, but yes, Carti can bring it back. But the BET Awards, man, this fucking guy always finds a way to make himself look like such a dipshit, and that is none other than Wale Lauren, ladies and gentlemen. This fucking guy, first of all, fuck this dude, because this guy put on 10 years I'm hateful today, folks. I feel it. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be episodes where this motherfucker is hateful, where the motherfucker is happy, where the motherfucker is sad, where the motherfucker is low-key, where the motherfucker is high-key, where the motherfucker, it's all, we're on episode 4. You think you've got all the Puck Daddies? You have not. You have not. But, Wale, man, Wale. This guy put 10 years of a production on at WrestleMania, and did not invite me or involve Off the Rope or anything one time. Okay? So, we already off Wale off that aside. Okay? So, we already coming in with bad intentions on Wale. Okay? But secondly, he was at the BET Awards and he goes up to Kai Cenat, Kai streaming or whatever. Well, he goes up to Kai, or Kai goes up to him, and they have an exchange, and you could tell Kai didn't know who the fuck this was, okay? So Kai dabs him up, gets in the car, and he goes, oh, that was somebody, because his chat starts blowing him up and telling him, oh, dude, that they watching him. They're like, oh, that was what they were calling Wally, okay? They were saying, oh, that was Wally, that was Wally, that was Wally. He goes, oh, that was Wally. Oh, the chat knows him. That was somebody big. Oh, what does he do? Look, man. Dennis, man. So, instead of just ignoring it, right? Because this is Kai Cenat even 25 years old? Literally, an early 20 streamer, okay, that is bigger than 10 times around Wale has ever been, okay? That is a absolute superstar, probably the biggest popping person at that award show, if we're being honest. The most popping, relevant human being at that award show was Kai Cenat. And you think for 1 second that let's just go age-wise, that he's supposed to know who the fuck you are, Wally. But secondly, that you think that he even was supposed to know you on a relevant tip. Dog, I loved Wale in 2008. In 2008 and 2009, you could not tell me Wale was not the hardest, flyest, freshest rapper of all time. He was a sneakerhead. He was on Nike Talk. He had the fly gear, you know what I'm saying? He just was tapped in like you had never been tapped in before. And he was almost like the perfect rapper to me. He had bars. He rapped about sneakers every now and then, you know what I mean? But he was just a fly dude. Okay? But we have to be honest. After the mixtape era, what has Wale done besides make number one girl platinum records and be problematic? That's all this guy has done. This guy is nothing but a problem. When you think of Wale, you think of problematic. It's part of his actual identity is problematic. See, okay? It's a part of his identity. Not even to mention, it's if I was that deep in the game, bro, and I was able to sell out shows, have my own fan base, do my own thing, I would be so fucking thankful. But not Wale. So, Wale has to go over to the kid that apparently he's so mad that he doesn't know that is streaming, goes up to him in the middle of a conversation with Snoop Dogg, which is possibly the most relevant rapper of all time, goes up to him and says, yo, you making me look crazy, like just the exchange we had. We'll talk about it, but I just want to say the exchange we had making me look crazy. I just don't know when Wale is going to learn. I mean, he's had these problems from the jump to now. And it's like, I remember Ice from the Joe Budden podcast talking about he's emailing, or he's texting him saying, I want to react. Why? Why do you want to react? How old are you? You're pushing 40 and you're worried that these streamers don't know who you are, calling you Wally? Come on, man. What the fuck is going on, bro? Well, they really, and then it's like last week, I literally, 2 weeks ago probably, he's rocking this super dope Nike basketball shoe, and it's really cool. It's bringing Wale back to his roots. It's not out yet, but it looks like that just real era of where Nike basketball was good, where not everything was so wire techied out, right? Some leather on some shit, you know? So he'd been rocking these, and Nike had been giving him to rock these, and I tweeted something about they're going to ruin these if they keep making these the Air Wale. I'm not even kidding. Within 2 minutes, he writes back to me, nah. Why are you even concerned about what? If I'm that deep in the game, it's like old people, bro. Like when I see like, you know what I mean? I'm mad and I'm 33, whatever, and that's not a good look. But like when I see like a 50, 60, 70-year-old people mad, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? 80 people-year-old mad? It should only be more zenned out as you go on. Obviously, I have not conquered that, but this is not about me. It's not a conversation about me. Ladies and gentlemen, this is PucksOutHere podcast, man. Your boy is here. We are here. It's episode 4. You already know what it is. Thank you guys for tuning the fuck in. You know? Have you ever thought about starting your own wrestling promotion? Absolutely. I especially thought about it back in the day when I first started my brand, but I definitely think about it now. But the first thing that just comes to my mind is just having rope in my name, and Westside Gun has Fourth Rope, which, you know what I mean? It just kind of makes me think like to just want to I just couldn't even dive into that realm. I was doing like my brand and stuff, which was cool, and it was named. A lot of people would come to me and be like, "Oh, rope." It's like, and all, respect to Westside Gun or whatever. But yeah, just I think with the rope name, I think just mine would never start one. I would kind of want to do the same thing too. Like I would want to like have a rap show with like, wrestling on the side and a DJ, you know what I mean? I would not everybody. I wouldn't have the rapidity of rap. We wouldn't have Joey Badass in there, okay, or Dave East, but we may have goddamn, Belly Gang or some shit like that. But yeah, I think anything I think about booking or anything like that, I just think Off the Rope and Fourth Rope. I just think it's just I just try to stay away. I just try to always separate myself from any rapper type wrestling shit. And a lot of people want to like bring me closer to that lane, and I don't want to be that lane with anybody. I kind of just want to be my own thing, but. Yeah, and I just don't know how to book. Like, I don't trust myself booking if I ever started a wrestling promotion, Like, I would trust myself for, to make the look of it and to have the aesthetic of it. Hate to say that word. But, like, just the overall branding of it be super hard. And the location and, venue and all these things. But I don't think that I would be able to book, like, matches and I could not trust myself in that regard. Or to book storylines or, swerves in the storylines or anything like that. So, yeah, man, I definitely think about it, though. Thank you for that question, bro, for sure. Look, man, not all greats age gracefully. And I'm noticing that this is probably a take that will get me shut down and people will no longer listen to this. Thank God I have no listeners to this podcast. Let's just stay there, right? Thank God. Sorry, y'all. Thank God I have no listeners to this podcast, because if I did, people would be like, I don't want to be your friend anymore after what they're about to hear. But obviously, Lil Wayne drops the Carter 7. First of all, if we're at 7 anything, I don't really, other than like some shoes maybe, but even then, it's pretty rare. It's pretty rare. If we're at 7 anything, it's a problem. It's a problem. Look, Wayne, first ballot Hall of Famer. 100% Wayne is a first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't take nothing away from dude. He's up there as one of the GOATs. Absolutely. Okay, let me just start with that. But I would say I'm not a Wayne guy, dude. like I have my time with Wayne personally in this pause in the sense of like, the Carter 1, Carter 2, Carter 3, which the Carter 3, like, and all the mixtape series leading up to that before that with, the dedications and the droughts and things like that. And, all those freestyles rapping over everybody's beats. Like, I didn't even know Sky's the Limit was a Mike Jones beat. I just know the Louisiana song. And when I was 5, my favorite movie was The Gremlins. And you know what I mean? Not really, but shit's kind of old. My brother, I think that he's on Wayne's age, but like, so Wayne, so Carter 3, and the Bape era, he has so many iconic Bape. I mean, when you think of Bape, you think of the Clips, Pharrell, but then you also think of Wayne. You think of that purple, hustler music era, that all red hustler music. Like you think of that. So Wayne is the god in that sense. But if I'm keeping it real on a personal tip, after the Carter 3, I was really not checking for Wayne. After it, I love the Carter 3. It's a classic album. I think it's a classic album to everybody my age. But after the Carter 3, that was the peak to me. I think after that you have No Ceilings, and I remember being a junior, senior when No Ceilings came out in like '09, and just being like waned out. I think it took like a lot for me to like mess with some of the records on No Ceilings because I was just so waned out at that time. And I think that just carried on because there's just it never. I'm not saying Wayne didn't have hits or didn't go on to have a great career after the Carter 3, but I just think just anything real kind of. I mean, then you had like Skinny Jean Wayne, hard body. He's skating. He's out of brand called Truck Fit. Shit gets a little weird, and a lot of the songs, like, I probably heard those songs more than I heard any of the song, like all the songs with, maybe She Will or shit like that. You know what I mean? I heard all those records so many times, spending the whole 20s in my strip club, like, or in the strip club. Goddamn, my whole 20s in the strip club. But yeah, I just don't think like Wayne is like, I never really fucked with Wayne or checked for Wayne at all after the Carter 3. And now we're here at 7, and it just, I'm not even checked for this. My buddy who fixes my wheelchair, absolute legend, he was telling me, he's a big Wayne guy, so he was excited for the album. So, I was like, I might check it out. He had me a little like, all right, maybe, a GOAT could come back. Because Wayne does kill features. I will say that. I will say one thing, Wayne never fell off his features. He's got great features on Ye, on, Tyler, Rocky, everything. He's really killed a lot of good features. So shout out Wayne for the features. But so we listened to it, and yeah, it was just, I'm not even going to give it a breakdown. It doesn't even deserve that. It just kind of goes to show you, like, I don't know how to age out gracefully. I know some of these dudes need to be, I'm not going to, bash Wayne because, like I said, he's absolutely a GOAT, but the way he handles himself at his age and now in his career is a problem. It is a serious, serious problem. The way he reacted towards the Super Bowl was a serious problem. This album is a serious problem. Some of the venues he performs at and the performances that he agrees to perform at is a problem. Like, Wayne is just not a dude who aged gracefully. You know what I'm saying? Yes, a lot of this have to do with Pusha T telling me this. Yeah, maybe. But, he just didn't. He just didn't, man. And so, shout out to Wayne. I guess he, it's not totally crazy that anyone would call him his GOAT, but I just really don't see how you could do that. Not see you guys. People want to always come at me on the Kanye West fall off. It's like, whoa, don't even start on Wayne. And even Carter. I think even like 6 foot, 7 foot was like Carter 4 or 5 or something. But it's just like so there's definitely hits. Probably his biggest hits were after that, but not for me personally. But I will say what was anniversary of the week. This week was the anniversary 2008 of the great album NERD Scene Sounds. NERD Scene Sounds from 2008, man. Let me tell you something. This album, first of all, this was just a great era in time. It was a great time for streetwear, boutiques, like sneaker boutiques. Midwest wise, and like around the area we're starting to get more popularized, real ones, not like resale shit, but like shit with with accounts and their own things like that. The smaller boutiques were getting, popularized at this time, and some of them were getting, I think, like, some of these spots were getting, Billionaire Boys Club and, ice cream and things of that nature. So it was just a good time in general. It's almost like a golden age for me. You know what I'm saying? I was a junior in high school, so, when NERD Scene Sounds comes out, I'm going to corporate, in Cincinnati, and I'm kicking it, and I'm hanging out, and I'm copping, whatever, and things like that. So, definitely a great album. But I feel like people kind of champion, the older NERD, the Fly or Die where he's on the couch, or in Search Over he's on the couch, or Fly or Die with the dog and the old red. You know what I mean? That kind of presentation and that sound and that era is more what I think people gravitate towards. But I'd say I probably connected with NERD a little more during this time, during the Sea and Sounds album. Songs like Spaz, Antimatter, bro. I used to play Antimatter. Oh my God. You saw Sooner or Later. Used to cry my eyes out to that song. Didn't even realize. Then the video to Sooner or Later. Do you remember the video that they had to some? Because some of the singles were Spaz, Sooner or Later, and when they did Sooner or Later, they were in the NASDAQ, right? Because the shit was crashing. And I didn't even realize, like, I'm just, like, living my life. I didn't even realize till I watched this the other day, like, oh, this was about the, like, financial crisis of 2008 and 9. Okay? But I didn't even realize that. And then you have the great song, which was about doing cocaine, which I also didn't realize at the time, which is just wild. But everybody knows, All the Girls Standing in the Line for the Bathroom, which also has a great remix with Ye, Lupe, Pusha T. I mean, just a classic. So this era was so good. The album was so good. They also, I think they toured this album in the Glow in the Dark tour, which is like, Jesus Christ. Does it get any fucking more fly than that? Does it get any more fly than being in 2008, 2009 and pulling up to a fucking Glow in the Dark concert with Lupe Fiasco, Rihanna, which is an odd mix, but whatever. NERD, and then Kanye West? Like, what the fuck, dog? But yeah, I was lucky. I got to see NERD on 2 tours. And it was during this album, really. Both the times I saw them on the Glow in the Dark tour, and then almost directly a year after that, I saw them on the Blueprint 3 tour with Jay-Z. But yeah, man, it's just and BBC was cool at this time. Like, Ice Cream was really good. Ice Cream was in this new realm of, I remember they had like this really cool digi camo that they were doing at the time. I remember Virgil being like in one of the lookbooks. I think RSVP Gallery had just opened at this time. Like, this was a special time, and this album still holds up and is such a great one. So definitely go check out NERD Scene Sounds if you haven't. If you have, go back and listen to some of those records, man. Antimatter, Spaz. They have you fun, right? That's what I love about NERD song. I have you like, and then like in the middle, Pharrell will just go, I have a life, there's a minute. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? Now I feel happy. But yeah, man, shout out to Pharrell and NERD. But look, man, I know I said there would be a guest this week. I don't know when there will be a guest, okay? We're working on getting mics. We're working on getting guests set up, but this is an ever-maneuvering thing. We maneuver. We grow. We level up, okay? You could be watching episode 4 in my goddamn room. You could be watching episode 5 in a studio, custom-built podcast room in a loft. You don't even understand what it could be next, okay? But yeah, so when I have guests, I have guests. If I don't, I don't. We're not rushing anything. I really just started just to run my mouth, okay? But I think people, and there's people that I want to talk to, but this is not going to be a guest-oriented fucking podcast. This is me talking my shit, talking what I want to talk about. That's why we're talking about NERD albums, and we're talking about fuck Wale. I'll beat Wale's ass. On God, I will slap Wale, metaphorically. But look, that's the Pucks Out Here podcast, episode 4, y'all. Appreciate it. Fuck with me. Fuck with your boy. Sub, man. Run it up. Look, man, I don't get any views, which is fine. We don't make this for views. We've established that. So don't be trying to flame me. Talk about, you get 80 views. I did 90 views. No shit. Like I said, remember when I said normal fuck who gets driven around in a haunted element? That's what I meant. See you next week.
For the haters, doubters, naysayers, and non-believers. The Pucks Out Here podcast.